Hello everybody and welcome back to the YouTube channel. So in today's video we are going to be looking at two things specifically. First, the recent changes with IRCC and the international student cap. Also, we are going to be looking at what we call TRP. TRP simply means temporary resident permit. It's very different from temporary resident visa, TRV. So if you have ever been issued a visa before but denied admissibility, that means you were given a visa but you were denied to enter the country, Canada, yes, you can still reapply to enter Canada through what we call TRP. That's a temporary residence permit. All right, so this is something a lot of people don't know about, and I believe it will help a lot of people. So now let's talk about the first one, the recent study cap. You see, I have been following a lot of social media platforms, starting with IRCC themselves, and I've come to a conclusion that nobody needs to panic about the recent changes. You see, whether they reduce the students from 900,000 to 365,000, whatever the numbers they are putting in place, with Canada you have to meet eligibility. It's very simple. Once you don't meet eligibility, you will not be admissible as an international student. That is to say, if they say they have cut down to 365,000 or 360 international students, all right, that's not the problem. But now, once you don't meet eligibility, you will still not be granted a study visa to go and study in Canada. So with Canada, you must meet the eligibility. There is no way you meet eligibility and yet don't get the visa. I am not convinced about that. So no matter what they are saying, just meet eligibility. Believe me, you get a visa. Oh, but if that is the case, actually, that if they really want to follow the study cap like they said, then I will advise each and every one of you, each and every one of the international students, please apply for your study permit early. As you already know, now you no longer need just your LOA to apply for your study permit. You also need your attestation of acceptance from the province, similar to what is already happening in Quebec. If those of you who know the French zone, yeah, before you apply for a study permit to attend a school in Quebec, you must apply for the CAC, what is called Certificat d'Attestation de Québec, something like that. So it is what has been put in place now for the other English zones. So they have to issue the attestation of acceptance. But as of now, there is just no procedure. There is just no way to apply for the attestation of acceptance as of now. That is why the Canadian government has given each and every province or each and every provincial government at all up to March 31st to put a system in place that will permit students to apply for the attestation of acceptance, right? So as of now, there is just no way you can apply for an attestation of acceptance. So everybody has to wait. But however, whatever the case, it doesn't apply to everybody. It's applied to mostly diploma programs, vocational training programs, and undergraduate programs. Because as far as postgraduate is concerned, master's, PhD, you don't need the attestation of acceptance before you apply for your study permit. So this applies to those undergraduate diplomas and vocational trainings. All right. So get this very clear. Like I said earlier ago, I really don't believe in the so-called study cap. Yeah, I don't believe. Like I said before, if they really want to follow the study cap, right, you have to apply early enough so that if once you meet eligibility, you'll get approved earlier enough. Okay, because you see, this whole thing is going to affect a lot of provinces, but not everybody. Because a province like Alberta, for example, when you look at the international students enrollment for the past 3 years, you realize that they have been getting about, let's say, 15,000 students, 15,000 students. And we are getting another info that they are going to allocate them 20,000 international students. That means they are going to experience international students increase automatically with their visas. It's going to be very automatic and increase in international students. So as it is affecting the other provinces, for example, like Toronto, the province of Ontario precisely, it is very saturated. So it's normally going to affect them. Other provinces are going to benefit. Also, we are also getting more info that the province of British Columbia has placed a ban, a 2-year ban on postgraduate institutions not to enroll international students or on newly created postgraduate institutions. We were precise. So, but nevertheless, guys, Alberta is also a good destination. Okay, so that was it for the recent changes about IRCC. Like, believe me, it shouldn't even bother you too much. Okay, Just put your documents in place, apply early enough, and you will get your visa approved. You don't need to be discouraged about all this information you're seeing online that don't do this, don't apply for this, you're going to be denied. Forget it. Just apply early, meet eligibility, and you get a visa. Just believe it and you will get it, as easy as that. All right. So guys, let's talk about the TRP. TRP is different from TRV. Now, TRP, like I said, it means temporary residence permit. While TRV is a temporary resident visa. An example of a temporary resident visa, TRV, is a visitor's visa, a student visa, a work visa. Those are TRVs. Now, with the temporary resident permit now, it applies now to those that have been given visas before but were denied admissibility. That means they were denied to enter the country. Yeah, maybe at the port of entry, or maybe for one reason their visa were cancelled, something. You can apply for a TRP to enter the country. Do you understand? But now the only difference now with the visa application process for TRP is that you have to apply in person, because you're going to get now a formal interview. Remember, Canada does not do visa interviews like the normal process. There's no visa interview. You just have to apply online, submit online, and everything is done online. But now with TRP, you have to submit your documents in person to the closest consulate or embassy of Canada in your country. Then you attend a formal interview to provide further explanation on why you were denied entry. If in case there was any misrepresentation whatsoever, you have to clear that out. So this is one thing you can do if you have been denied entry or admissibility to a country, or to be very precise, Canada, before. So guys, I also want to use the opportunity to bring to you our new route. Education Bridge Consulting Group is now going to Malta. We have a new deal we just signed with a school in Malta, and it's very, very, very interesting. I would like you to also start with considering Malta. By the way, Malta is under the Schengen zone, so it's also under the EU countries. And believe me, they have one of the cheapest tutors that you can ever see out there. I mean, we just signed a deal with a school in Malta, and the application process is very, very easy enough. You only pay your school fees, or in fact, there is no deposit fee. There is absolutely no application fee. What you pay for is your visa fee through VFS Global. That's what you're going to pay for. Once your visa has been approved, the condition is that you must pay now your fees before you arrive Malta, as per their immigration procedures and also the policy of the school. The fees is 6,200 euros, but you only pay that once you have gotten your visa. Isn't that cool? Like, it's very, very cool if you ask me, because you have nothing to lose when you apply for the visa except for the visa fee by VFS Global. But once you get your visa, but before arriving Malta, you have to pay your fees. I mean, that is very, very interesting if you ask me. So guys, I'd like to encourage each and every one of you to also start considering other routes, like, you know, Europe and other countries around the world, because recent changes with Canada might not please everybody. Okay, so you have to look for other options. So that is my advice for you. So guys, I want to also tell you to please subscribe, turn on your post notification bell, stay connected with the family, so that each time we bring updates like this, you'll be the first to be notified. And I want to thank you again once more for always supporting me. We are already on 4K going up, so this really means a lot to us and our educational family. So guys, we cannot thank you enough, and we really appreciate your support and effort. So guys, I will see you next Friday.